Right, this, my friends, is Buntit Nuong or something. I'm gonna do a food review. It's gotta be done. I'm in Hoi An. And these little market stalls are by far where the best food is. Set it up. Look like it's completely normal. I think this is possibly my first ever food review here. It all depends on the quality of the meat, really. Looks alright, I guess. Difficult to say. The meat looked very good in Da Nang, but it's just noodles. With loads of peanuts. Not so bad. The meat quality, of course, I'm always used to the fine cuts in England, but it looks pretty good. And as long as it's cooked, and it's cheap as well, which isn't necessarily always a good thing, but it's not bad. Don't know whether it's quite as good as the Da Nang one, but it'll do the job. Scale of 1 to 10, that meal. Gotta give it probably a 5, to be fair. The one in Da Nang was just so much better, and the meat quality was not the best, but you can go to the same place and get better meat quality. It just varies by day apparently sometimes, but those are the best places to eat without a doubt. For a quick meal anyway, I'll go to like a nice restaurant occasionally if I want like a purely meat orientated meal. But yeah, just walking through the market, honestly, you want a good meal, go to the market stalls, and all the locals eat there, so even though they weren't there when I was there, they were ordering grabs and stuff, so, and the food all looked pretty fresh. And then you've just got a stereotypical market, really. It is, gosh, Saturday, must be Saturday. And they got all the fish out and stuff, so anyway, I'm going to take you for a little walk around Hoi An. It's not the craziest of places, and I have had feel like a bit, you could call it travel fatigue, but I just don't feel like there's a whole lot here. And yeah, you can chill out and get some food and walk around and look for some stuff, but it just doesn't seem like an incredible place to go, which Da Nang was. Without a doubt, I could say that when I was in Da Nang, I actually loved it. I didn't do too many videos, to be fair, because I was just, well, on the beach a lot, enjoying the sun and I thought I'd change locations because I can't just stay on the beach the whole time. And I haven't really explored a lot of Hoi An, so I might be judging it a little quickly, but I'm not here for very long, so I'm gonna go to Hue next. I've got 2 full days here. I had pretty much half a day yesterday. I only came from Da Nang. It's only half an hour journey, but quick trip around the old market. I've eaten, thank you. Well, the thing I will say I've noticed is the prices are definitely creeping up a little bit here. It's not too horrendous, but compared to Da Nang, it is on the up. Like, especially if you go to any of those, well, there's a little river I'll show you with loads of restaurants, and most of them are all empty, to be fair. And you know, if they lowered the price, they probably wouldn't be so empty. But I'll show you in a sec. It just seems like, especially when you walk around Vietnam, that there are just empty restaurants everywhere. And they just don't seem like they stand any chance of survival whatsoever. Incense. I don't know whether it is just because it's a tourist area, but there is incense burning absolutely everywhere. And if you're sat having a coffee, which has already happened to me twice, and you get a face full of incense, you know, it's not very nice as far as I'm concerned. I get it, I get the cultural, there's a cultural belief, I believe, that it kind of opens the spirit world, something like this. I'm probably butchering this completely, but it's like opening a gate towards the ancestors or something. You know, it gives you brings you closer to the dead, essentially. Which, okay, sure, but I do feel like it's just because it's a tourist location here as well. They're just burning it everywhere to make it a bit more magical. And I'm not finding it a bit more magical because of that. In fact, it's off-putting when you're trying to drink a coffee and relax, to be honest. But you can see every single one of those buildings on this side and that side is a restaurant or a massage parlour, actually. And they seem to be a bit busier this side. And very often it's at the point, especially if you want food, you go to a place where there's more people sat, so the less busy ones are screwed. but there's so many tourists here, and it is nice. I don't want to stay here very long. I stayed in Da Nang 9 days. I could have stayed longer. Here, I reckon 3 days is just about alright, because that'll just fly by. But I wouldn't want to stay any longer. Certainly wouldn't base my whole Vietnam travel just for here. Anyway, only boring people get bored, but as far as making a video goes for Hoi An, apart from getting on a boat, which I just can't be bothered, just ain't feeling it, to be honest. It's a boat, it's a river, and where's it even gonna go? I don't think it's gonna go anywhere crazy, but I got stuff to do. I'm still reading. I've finished Malice. Malice was really cool, and apparently that's the worst book of the whole, like, quadrilogy, if you want to call it that. So the next one I'm on, I'm really enjoying as well. So pretty much for my time, I'm just going to end up sitting in coffee shops and reading books. I've also got my laptop here, so I've got a few games on there. I'm gonna be like playing a few games. I haven't done a lot of that, to be honest, since I've been out here. But here I just don't really feel like there's a lot to do. The weather's not fantastic. Not that that's an issue. It's not that cold. What is going on? And we're back to the video. We're having another day, and today I am in Hue, Vietnam. So I booked myself a city tour because it is quite spread out. Right, so I'm gonna be getting a boat, I'm gonna be getting a coach, and we're gonna be checking out some temples. And temples, to be honest, I have seen so many of, but I don't think it's just temples. I think it's more like a palace. One of them's a palace, and a few graves, essentially graves. But I'm gonna go check it out anyway, because I ain't got anything better to do in Hue apart from sit on this absolutely bloody awesome chair that I really love. You've really got to get yourself one of these bad boys. Look at it. And here we are at the palace in Hue. First stop of the tour guide, so I've only got one battery. I've already said that, so we're going to make it short and sweet at every spot, I think, but we've got to go inside. Short and sweet. There's the King's Palace. Got a proper tour guide, but when he starts talking history, I've never been a fan of history. I just start switching off. Something to do with the Mandarin, and the king's house and the queen's house and some concubines. They had a good time back then. Trust me, these kings, they knew how to live. What did pick up was this is about 500 years old. Not bad for a 500-year-old house.
Em ơi, em mời anh cùng chơi. Em nào ơi cùng chơi nhá.
We're at the pagoda. The unknown pagoda.
Excuse me, wait for me now upstairs. Yeah, wait for me.
One more pagoda. Can't hurt anyone, can it? Some glorious landscapes, and these are the scabbiest looking pigeons I have seen in the whole of Asia so far, so it reminds me of home, scabby pigeons.
This one, the oldest one. We call the name. Do you remember the name of pagoda? You all remember oldest pagoda, right? Yeah, thank you. And you know, we are called the name. Tian Mu Pagoda. Tian is mean the heaven. Mu is mean the old lady.
Now this is a garden. This is the thing. You know, how beautiful is this? Incredibly lovely, actually, and I am definitely a bonsai tree fan. This is what I've got more interest in. Incredible bonsais. And then there's a story about this car as well. This British car. A relic. In this car, the most venerable. Okay then, as soon as he got out of the car, the most venerable sat down in the lotus position. I don't actually know what he's talking about there. And burnt himself to death to protest against the Ungudindium regime. Wow. Sure, my tour guide will fill me in. Filming, the guy filming.